Hello, this is Gabriel and Icon. Carefully mention uh, what a great day today. It was a very wonderful day, sunny. God is great and God have done His part, so it's up to us to do our part. So let me go straight to the point. I would like to pray for those who went to all those hurricanes. Irma and Hurricane Maria that have devastated Puerto Rico. Even though that this was God's decision to allow this from happening, God have allowed that to work in us, to work through us in order to achieve His glory, His divine glory and plan. So, challenges and difficulties have the main purpose of helping us to grow spiritually so that we can nurture physically and have the wisdom that is necessary to advance into the next step of our lives. So we should not see suffering as a bad thing. Suffering is a good thing in time. At the moment, you don't see it as a good thing, but in time, it is. No one, no better than God. So, nothing will be worthy if everything go well for you. If you never went through any difficulty and challenges, you will not be worthy of being part of this life because you pretty much not going to know anything. But through difficulty and challenges, wisdom will grow and maturity will become. That's the reason why God sanctified us in the image of His Son, Jesus Christ. But what happened with us is that we complain to God every single time that He wants to sanctify us. It is a process that is necessary to change man into the image that will please God. But we don't want it. We want to do our things. And when bad things happen, we ask God, why does He allow those things from happening? God have nothing to do with what happened when we make a decision. We have a free choice. We make a decision. We don't expect something else than what we put on the ground. If we sow mango seed, it is mango we're going to receive. If we sow banana seed, it is banana seed we're going to receive. If we sow evil, it is evil we're going to receive. If we sow the wind, it is thunder we're going to receive. If we sow good, it is good we're going to receive. And as the plant, you only sow few, but you receive more, but you reap more. When you want to plant a mango tree, you only have to sow couple seed, but when the mango grows, it is forever, and you receive more. And that's how our life is. You're always going to reap more than what you sow, because it is what, even in our physical life, it is the way it is. When you sow just couple seed on the ground, you reap more. So it's the same thing. That's why we have to be careful when we do things to other people, how we treat other people, because what you sow, you receive, you reap more than that. It can be explained even to a child that look what we have in our hand. When we put that in the ground, it will reap more. So when you reap evil, you're going to receive more and more evil. If you reap good, you're going to receive more and more good. The Bible speaks about this. I'm just explaining more deeper because of the Holy Spirit inspiration. The Bible says, when we give, When you sow, you're going to reap more. They don't say that because of God and picture. Now, God put everything before our face. If you want to have tomatoes, you go behind on your backyard. You have couple seed of tomatoes. You put it on the ground. You sow those tomatoes on the ground. You're going to receive more tomatoes than the amount that you seeded. So it is something even practical. So I don't understand why people keep doing evil things. And when bad things happen, they start blaming somebody, or they start blaming God, they start pointing hand at God. And we have to look ourselves. That's why I have a message for the United States that God wants people to have a changed heart. A changed heart, and stop following religions, showing themselves as religious people, showing themselves as they love God too much, showing themselves as they know all the verse, they know all the chapter of the Bible, showing themselves as they're very good. You don't impress God with the show. You impress God by the character. When you apply His word in your life, that it can be visualized by other people. Many of us, especially in the United States, because I was writing this sentence, as soon as I wrote that sentence, the Holy Spirit came on me, and then God, Jesus Christ's presence came through. So I knew He was happy about this sentence, the message to the U.S. and the church. Because many people, and it was actually my last message, but I'm going to do it first because that's what He chose. Many people don't comprehend this. God don't like the show. He loves people who can apply His word in their lives. He loves people who can apply His word in their lives. And without looking for television show or camera for people to see. If you can do those things privately, God will love it. Privately, God will love it. So that's the message, United States. Change and transform your heart. And God, stop doing the show to show the people how good you guys are, how good we are. God don't love that. He doesn't like it. We have to do things that please God, so that when we pray, our prayer can go into His thrones, and it can be well received, and a response can be made in our favor. That is one of the things the church is not following, because the church tried to go with the way of this world. Many people come before the press, before others, and claim how they love God, how they know God, how they know the word of God, but they don't love the next person close to them. They don't love the enemy. They cannot forgive the enemy. Let me tell you something. If you cannot forgive your enemy, if you cannot love your enemy, I want to be very clear with you. This is not a condemnation, this is not a judgment, this is the truth. Like Ponce Pilate asked Jesus Christ, what is the truth? He looked up. I'm looking up. The truth is this: if you don't love your enemy, if you don't love, if you cannot forgive your enemy, if you cannot love your neighbor, if you cannot forgive your neighbor, let me tell you something. You do not love God, nor you love Jesus Christ. I want to repeat again. If you cannot love your enemy, if you cannot forgive your enemy, if you cannot love your neighbor, if you cannot forgive your neighbor, you don't love Jesus Christ. You don't love God. That is the pure truth. Doesn't matter how many times you went to church. It doesn't matter how many words of God you know. It doesn't matter how many times you pray. It doesn't matter. what you do that have to do with religion and sanctification and purification and spirituality, it doesn't matter what you do if you don't love your neighbor, forgive your neighbor, love your enemy, or forgive your enemy. And recently, the Holy Spirit mentioned unforgiveness is a sin against God. It's a bad sin. So people don't even get to heaven just by not forgiving others. You can do everything good. You're ready to go. But if you don't forgive one person, God can actually hold up your entrance to heaven. And if you refuse to forgive, you can actually be sent back. You can actually be sent back or be sent to hell. So it is important. The American people, we have to have a heart change. We must have a heart change. Start loving more people in our heart. Embrace people and stop the show. You try, okay, I try to show people I'm the God. You don't impress God by it. We're wasting our time. That's why we can have things like those hurricanes we came and damage many innocent lives because of the evil that few have done for their own interest. That is something that must be addressed. It is not good, and I say even that to the president. People must start loving God by changing their heart first. They must change their heart first. Now let's go into the sanctification process. Help us to be in the image of Jesus Christ so that we can be closer to God. Nothing else can be done efficiently when we talk about God. Come and help us if we don't go to this process. Every time that you go ahead of God, you're going to reach a gate. You're going to reach a barrier. You're going to reach a barrier where you're going to have to turn back. And you're going to have only two options. Either you give up, or either you are there with God's plans. And people sometimes have those choices and they decide to kill themselves, or to decide to continue in the path of destruction, or they decide to say, God, I think I went ahead of you, I hit the wall, now I'm coming back. Every time you run before God, you're going to hit the wall. And every time you come back, God will say, I have never changed. I still have the same thing you run away from years ago, and it's still there for you to walk with. Therefore, you're going to have an option. Either I do what I run away a long time ago, or I continue my destructive path. That's how God functions. Now, before I talk about the Cameroonian problems, and I talk about the UN and France and UK, I want to give a message to the Sisiku personnel and himself as the president of the Southern Cameroon Committee, and also to the president of Cameroon and all the Cameroonians around the entire world, because I want you guys to listen to this before you start making your decision. I speak to Jesus Christ. I'm not better than you, but I speak to Jesus Christ, but then I know what I'm talking about, because what I'm saying don't come from me. It comes from somebody who knows the future, who saw the future, who knows it. I'm not telling you to change what you do, but I just want to listen. In me, I'm giving you an opportunity to see the bridge, to cross into the right path. Then you have an option to follow or not to follow. So let's start. Let me start, and I want you to listen. This word is more complex than what you see. When you are a kid and then you want to eat, you cry. When you cry, they come and give you food. When you want something, you cry, they come and give you these things. Life is not like that. The real life, as you grow, depending on where you grow as a kid as well, because in certain places you can cry like that, they don't even give you something because they don't have it or they don't like you as a kid. Now, the word is more complex. Something that many don't know or many are not aware of is because our spiritual eyes are closed. But let me give you some revelation today that some people know, but many ignore. God have a government that is established on earth. It is invisible to our eyes. Satan have a counterpart government established on earth, but it is invisible to us. The government of heaven, which is in paradise, have a government established all over the universe, and Lucifer have a counterfeit of it, depending on how far God have allowed him to go. But for earth, he have a counterfeit government, and his government is in place. Now, the point is, God have an appointee angel that oversee every single country, like we have president. Now God have an appointee angels that oversee every single city in every single country. Those angels that are overseeing cities are under the supervision or under the command of the angel that is responsible for the state or for the country. There is one angel that is responsible for the United States. Now there are angels that are responsible for the state, and then there are angels that oversee every single city within the state. You have to know that there's a government in place. Now, Lucifer have a counterfeit of that government. Even he have a demon angel that oversee every country. He have demon angel that oversee every city, and they report to Lucifer how that on the shadow government control the physical world. I will explain to you. This world was done to spiritual technology and the word. God was the word was God. It means God was using code and command to the Holy Spirit, which is the universal intelligence or the cosmic force, to do the work according to the designated word stated by God through his faith. Now, the world we see do not exist itself because it doesn't have that potential. It exists because the spiritual world exists to support the physical world. Now, our governments function according to the spiritual government that is in place, because they're using cosmic force to command our way of thinking according to the original design of God. It means if we do things that do not go according to the plan, they will influence our thought so that it can be done according to how God wanted to be done. Now, the problem that is going through is that Lucifer counterfeit that procedure. He counterfeit the procedure, and he have angels that do not want God government in place to influence our thought according to how God wanted to go. And that's where there's conflict in this earth. That's the reason why I stated, before I start talking about the problem of Cameroon, I have to state this so people know exactly what they're talking about and what they're doing. Not that I want you to change your ways. No, I don't. So now, what Lucifer did, he have control of the world system so that he can influence the work of those angels, the government of God here on earth. Why? Sovereign will that God gave us. Because of the sovereign will, those angels cannot force God's will on us. Because we love the flesh. And Lucifer loved that we love the flesh, because when we love the flesh, he can go by the thing that please the flesh to get us, when actually the government of the heaven do not function according to the flesh. They function according to the spirit. What benefits the spirit is more important to them than what benefits the flesh. Lucifer don't function like that. Lucifer function according to what benefits the flesh is more important than what benefits the spirit, because he doesn't want you to grow spiritually. If you grow spiritually, you're going to open your eyes. Then you're going to know who he is. Therefore, you're going to go away from him. So he doesn't going to want that. He's going to want you to focus on the flesh thing so that you can be lost to grow your spirit, to have your spiritual growth. Then you get lost. That's how it functions. So you have the heaven government and you have the counterfeit by Lucifer. Now, Lucifer have his throne already here in the Vatican, already in place. He have control of the money. He have control of all bigger institutions. He have control of all the countries. Because we all love the flesh. We want our own thing. We want our technology. We want to do things that will please the flesh. That go according to Lucifer's word. That's the reason why the Bible says, do not be conformed by the way of this world, but be renewed or be transformed by the renewal of your heart and mind. He was talking about what I'm saying here. The Bible will not say all of that. That's why it is not easy to understand the Bible by yourself, other than by the help of the Holy Spirit. That's what I'm doing. I am clarifying things that many people don't understand. This word is mostly controlled by the reality of this world is mostly controlled by Lucifer, because we love the flesh. And the mission of Lucifer is not to please the spirit. He doesn't care about the spirit. He cares about how he can sack the spirit. And how to sack the spirit, you have to shut up the spirit that is inside of you and raise the physical voice and listen to your natural mind. When you do that, you are only in a level of the flesh, and the spirit inside of you has been killed. But what the government of the heaven want, they want you to kill the flesh so that you can grow your spirit. But Lucifer wants you to kill the spirit and grow your flesh, have more material things, have all the things that please you in this world. That's what is going on. That's the battle. Coming back to the Cameroonian brother, what I wanted to state here is very, very crucial and very, very important to Mr. Sisiku, which is the acting president of the committee that overview that planned new country. Your movement is a good movement for that nation. It's a good movement. I don't want that movement to make a change into what's going on there, because that's a blessed nation. And so far, it is one of the nations that have a lot of diverse resources. Many nations don't have those kind of resources. Very diverse resources than I don't even know if their nation like that will have so diverse resources. You know, many nations are known of producing oil or gas, or other nations are good of known as bigger producer of diamonds or gold or coffee or cottons, but that nation have all of those combined. They even have the resources that build tires, car tires. You can imagine every single car, electric or no electric, they have to have tires, and they have that business that alone can feed that entire country. So you can imagine having there are more diverse resources in that country. I can imagine those people are bathing in a ocean of money that nobody knows what they do with it, other than controlling people and destroying the others. I want peace, and Jesus Christ wants peace, but this is what Jesus Christ has stated to me. It's a suggestion, freedom of choice, to choose or not. Now, your proposal is a good proposal. I will beg the actual Cameroon government, and the president to consider the proposal that you have for your new country and use it to reform that entire government. I will propose that your proposal should be prioritized so that there should be an alternance into the government. I mean, two-party government, independence party if people want, where there will be an alternance into power, where the people from each region have a chance to be president in that country. But your actual government regulations is something that they should use as a platform to make it happen. But it cannot be done without you guys, because at this point the only way to solve the problems of not having to separate state is to have a complete change of that government according to a comprehensive standard that compose 80 to 90% of how you guys wanted to make your new country today, and put in place a system where the constitution will never going to change unless they have a majority vote in a certain place, and the president of the nation can well be from the southern Cameroon or the northwest Cameroon or southwest or northwest, can well come from that place. The reason why I propose this is because I see the work you guys have done, but we have a problem. I mean, you guys have a problem. The problem that we have, because I'm part of your movement, in a certain extent, the problem we have is not Biya anymore. The problem you have is the French. Why the French? The part of your country is considered as part of Cameroon right now, of the Republic. You cannot change that. That's the facts. That's the reality. That's what the UN know. We agree with that, Mr. Sisiku. We agree with that. You guys are part of that country right now. It's not separated yet. Therefore, if you guys are, you are still in the plate of France. I mean, when they do all the treaty and how much money is coming, they count that area as well. Therefore, The reason why you guys are believing Paul Biya is not considering you or never even went over there is because he know the French will never accept it. So he's very confident. That's the problem. That's the reason why. And I want to open your eyes. The reason why he's not panicking to come over there is because the French already told him we cannot risk dealing with those people. Our interest will be in jeopardy. If we accept separation here, there's no guarantee they're going to give us a good deal. We know for sure they will not. So they will not accept it as a result. That's why, Mr. Sisiko, open your eyes a little bit. And I'll give you a solution, because you're going to say, okay, then what was the solution? The point is this: they know they will never going to have a good deal with you. They know they will never going to have. They know that for sure. If they give you separation, they know it will never gonna happen. Yes, you're right. You guys were separated at the time of your independence, individual independence, but now you guys are united. The closure stayed clear at the UN that you are united, and there was no writing somewhere saying that if the closure will not go according to how it was written, you guys can go your way. It was not written like that then. Well, maybe we don't know, okay, but that's the reality. Now you guys are still there. So you see, when they talk about Cameroon, they talk about all the provinces, 10 provinces. Because that's the key word, 10 provinces. Then, if the British play a role in this, you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna cause problems. First of all, it will not even gonna pass into the UN. The reason why it will not pass into the UN, let me tell you why. The UN is controlled by the 6th member of the Security Council. If one member of the Security Council do not agree with a decision, it will never going to pass. It doesn't pass. That is how they plan this. Therefore, we know for sure the French going to say no to your resolution, then it will never pass. That's the problem. You can say, well, you cannot take food out of the mouth. That's not it. The problem is that in order for your nation to be recognized, it got to go to the UN. And before it go into the General Assembly, the UN Security Council have to sit down to make the vote. When they make it, they see all the closure, they vote for it, and it go through and they present it into the UN General Assembly as an official state. Now, there you have the French. They only need the vote to boycott that. They were never going to accept it. Like I said before. Why? Because they know they're never going to have a good deal with you. Why? That spot, those 2 provinces in Cameroon are very vital. So far, according to what the Holy Spirit told me, the level of oil that is in that region is similar to the amount of oil discovered in Equatorial Guinea. Okay? That's what the Holy Spirit told me. So, beside that, there are many other resources in that place. Do you believe that the French just gonna let you go like that and have an empty case into the treasury because of Jesus Christ? It isn't gonna happen. We all know that. We have to face the truth. That's the reason why the government probably it never came there, because it's very sure the French are not with you. They know it's never gonna happen. That's why. Now the point is this: what is the resolve? What is the resolution to this? You're gonna go to the UK. The UK cannot do anything. What the UK gonna do? Even if the UK approve it, they're gonna send it to the UN. And what is the UN gonna do? Security Council have to vote. A veto gonna be made by the French, and that will be the end of it right there. As long as they don't vote it, they will never gonna pass. Therefore, you always gonna receive rejected. You recognize the clothes made in 19 something. 1960 something. That's it. As one state, united. That's the point. Now, that's something that even Jesus Christ spoke about. That's the challenge you guys going to face. That's the challenge you're going to face. That's what we're going to face. Your problems are not anymore in the level of the Cameroon. We are suffering. They're killing us because they are just bad people. They are mad people. They are evil people. Therefore, we come for that. But for the decision of different state is a different level. Because too much resources in that region, it will cause something that you guys going to beg for a return, and there will be no return. Because the kind of war those people, the Western world going to create in that region, you guys going to beg for a return. There will be no return. You just have to see what is happening in South Sudan. A new country, war and war. Because they have what? They have oil. They have ways to create problem. They will find division between you, among you guys. Because the last time I know, it seems like there are certain regions that are a little bit susceptible. So you guys have to be very careful and listen carefully. Because the option that we have is to propose a complete unity. At this point, it can be done. It can be done. The other path that you guys want to take, it can be done, but it might take 100 years. But the path I'm proposing will not take 100 years, because Biya don't have any more than 15 years or 10 years. But the French still going to be the French. That's why the option going to take 100 years, because they're still going to be there looking for the interest in the entire. They even tried to take every nation colonized by the British. That's how far they want to go. Just to tell you, my friend, the option we have, if you want to have the French in your side, the French speaking people in your side right now, is to request. You can stay in your position, but with a sense that the system have to be reformed completely, using what you guys want to implement in that side, because that's the good one. It's a good plan. It will develop the country. Natural resources will be used to benefit the people, and the people will be able to have a better life, and less people will live in that country to come and suffer in foreign nations. With all the resources that you guys have, it will be beneficial for the nation. Your plan are good. That is a suggestion I'm giving you. Your problems is not of separation, is not with the Cameroonian government. You see, the Palestinian state, they were recognized by the Vatican, but not yet by the UN. So they are not officially a nation. Why? Because there are certain people within the Security Council who are opposed to it. We already know. The United States have not decided yet into it. The British going to follow with the United States, and the British follow the UN, the US, the UK going to follow, and Germany going to follow. So at the end, it will not be voted. That's the reason why they're still the way they are. So it is a living example of what I just stated. You can decide to be your own nation, go around with the flag, go around with all these things. As long as the French are still part of that Security Council, my friend. I don't want to say the words. I don't want to say forget about it. wait for 100 years. Maybe it will be our generation and generations. And God do something. But for now, what we know for sure is that that government there will not last for too long. And if you guys stay with your movement, it will help to change that country completely. And you're going to have more people in your side from the French side to make this happen. That is the best proposal you have. And that is the best path. You can decide not to listen to this. But I'm pretty sure you're going to come into this and say, in September 30th, 2017, there was a guy who made a video like this and nobody listened to it. But we're coming back to that. We should have done so. I made all the facts here. You're not anymore babies. When you cry out, they come and give you food. The life of adult is different. Different things. You can cry out for things. Life can be lost. Lucifer don't care how many life people die. As long as he destroy human being, it doesn't matter to him. The point here is that he have hold of all the institutions in the entire world. And that's the worst thing for a generation like us, where the world has become evil in a degree that good look as bad, but bad look as good. That's the kind of world we're living in today. I just spoke the truth, and it's up to you to take this advice. You can stick with your plan, with something in the back of your head that you know exactly who you're fighting against and how you can proceed with this. We want a complete change in our government. Completely. It means a complete change. A system that looks like an electoral system that looks like Ghana, and a government system that looks like Canada. I mean, if you go to the French side, French system, you go, it's peaceful. They did it because they knew. You go to the British side, it's British. If you want to have bilingual thing over there, no problem. But we already know that the common law is applied in the French side as well as into the British side. But the electoral system has to be like in Ghana. Those two things are put in place. That country will change completely and everybody will be happy. And peace will be reinstated. Prayer with no action that are comprehensive and realistic will lead to nowhere. God don't work with people who have empty hand. Don't do that. If you go and say you want to fight against a lion and you don't protect yourself, don't go there and get killed and start blaming God. You want to go and fight against a lion? Take all precautions action as a form of reality in order to win. And that's what I gave you as an advice. That's all. Our problem into that revolution you have is the French. It's not truly the Cameroon government. They're only abusing it because they know the truth. That when you guys gonna do what you do at the end, it will lead into nothing. When I say nothing, I'm not saying that nobody will know exactly the challenges we face, and the life we lost. But at the end, politicians don't care. They move on with the interest. At the end of the day, they will come and talk good before the TV, behind the scene. They will make what please the devil. That's what it is. Those are the reality. You put God first, you pray, but you come up with practical things. And most of all, God loves unity. So that's a good proposal you have. And I hope this is a helpful message that Mr. Sisiko and the President of the United States, Donald Trump, will listen. He has to back up a little bit with Africa, because if you guys do what you want to do with French, you know what the French gonna do? They're gonna sack your food in Congo. Republic of Congo with diamonds. They're gonna go there and say, okay, you guys came and divided our thing. We're also gonna go in Congo and do good over there. So that's what I say to Mr. Sisiku. Think a little bit bigger picture. That path will take 100 years at least, because French still gonna be French, and they don't change it. Since Mitterrand, he go from president to president, it's one system. They follow just that. But the other system is, we know he's not going to be there for too long. We press hard, that change is going to happen. You're going to see more people from the French side to join you in the movement for that change. A complete change, federation, decentralization, Canadian style government, and electoral kind of process like in Ghana. You mentioned about Nigeria. Even Nigeria is not perfect in the system. With Boko Haram. Boko Haram has risen up like you guys are rising up, because the bad distribution of wealth into the state, and they want the state to benefit from those natural resources. So when you talk about Nigeria, but you never heard about Nigeria talking about we want separation, because they know what happened to war. So they have to do what they do. They want to stay into the state, and they say we're not going to look for separation or secession. We're going to fight this within, and this is the way we're going to do it. That's why Boko Haram is in place. Nowadays, people avoid the separation things. You fight the system as it is, and you guys have a chance to win this. Because if you go the way I just suggested, we're going to have more provinces to join the move. If more provinces start joining the move, that government will have no other option than to adhere into the will of the people this time. If you go the other direction, it's a good thought, it's a good ideology, but as well as the French are there, the way things are, the resources over there, I'm not saying that it's never going to happen, but I said we're going to wait for 100 years at least. You got to decide to do something, because you see what is happening with Cuba. When one big nation put eyes on you, you pay the price. You want to say God don't exist for Cuba? But He does. But the reality you have to understand. The devil is in the air. Most of those people serve the devil. You can know how to do these things. Follow this advice, Mr. Sisiko, and I hope that President Biya wanted to leave power with honor. To leave power with honor and accept to change completely that system, and all those people around him, you send them into retirement or jail, and yourself, you put something in place that you know you can live in that country peacefully, that people can come and see you for advice, and you leave that country in a way that future generation going to see and say yes. If you don't do like that, your end gonna be dramatic and sad. But it's only gonna be a choice, and your choice alone. You have an option. And I said to those people from Southern Cameroon, stick with the plan, but also understand the challenges that you have. The French in place that will not allow this from happen, separation, but they will accept a complete change of that government. And then when the complete change comes, a negotiation with the French can be put in place. But saying that they're going to accept your country, they're not going to do that. You have to be realistic, because they know they will never going to have a good deal with you. They're not that for sure. They're talking good, Trust me, it's not a plan. See, the devil always speak good. His plan is something else. I'm not saying that they are the devil, but I say they are politicians. You don't trust them. You do what is realistic. You don't do things because you are not pleased. Those are baby stuff. You live in a real world as a grown-up man. You have to understand they are evil and they are good. And sometimes I'm not going to get what I'm looking for. That's the best proposal you have, and this advice comes from Jesus Christ. That's the reason why you have to return, because it doesn't going to please every cry, every single time. So at the end, those who have done evil will not pay the price, will be judged. That's why he comes in place. But we also have to do our best to make sure that we advance according to his wisdom. So I hope you guys get the message. I hope you get there, and I hope that the president here start knowing everything has an end. It is how you want your end to be that it will be. If you see what is sitting right now, don't expect something better than what you put on the ground. It is called hallucination. It is all gleaming. You cannot put banana on the ground and you expect to have mangoes. If that happens, either that is sorcery or it is an illusion, because it's not true. Alright? And everyone who deviates from the truth will always going to be lost, and we're always going to lose at the end. So that's my advice for you. It's a movement. I want those guys to continue the movement peacefully, and if they do the way I do, they're going to have more provinces in the other side that will join them. They will join them, and we're going to completely change that nation. All those people around, they have to be eradicated. They have to go. The new generation has to take forth for the well-being of that nation, and we're going to sit down and with the French to go right what was put in place according to what will benefit that nation, everybody, all the 10 provinces. That's the best advice, and that comes from Jesus Christ. That's the best advice for right now. So I'll see you next time, and I hope that the message gets to you, and you guys listen to the message. Alright, thank you very much, and may God bless you. May God give you more wisdom to continue your strength peacefully. And I hope the President Cameroon get this message and realize that time has changed. And do realize that. Thank you for your time. For the benefit of the children and the children of that nation.